the homie Alfonso Ribeiro. Was he blackballed? You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing things about him being blackballed, or his acting career went goofy because of his role on Fresh Prince, right? And this was actually him coming out of his own mouth. He said he became a sacrifice, right? That his acting career ended due to his Fresh Prince, him playing Carlton on the Fresh Prince. And I kind of believe that. I think that's true. You get typecast into certain characters. They want you, every role now that's being sent to you with the same character. Hey, you play Carlton in this. You're not named Carlton, but you'll be Carlton over here. You'll be Carlton. You know what I'm saying? We just want to see you as that, right? Prime example, the Jamie Foxx show, right? Dude who played Braxton on there. Like, I remember he went and did a movie called Original Gangsters. He was on there. He was like the big bad gangster on there. That wasn't believable at all, right? Because we just seeing him coming out from the Jamie Foxx show. And just recently he showed up, kind of trying to change the image of the Jamie Foxx show being on BMF. Still, playing like a hard gangster type role. Didn't necessarily get off too well, but you know what I'm saying? He's trying. So I understand what Alfonso Ribeiro is saying as far as being typecast and probably his acting career ending. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this article real quick, coming from Screen Rant. This comes from Screen Rant. It says, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star reflects on Carlton role ending his acting career. Says, became a sacrifice, right? So Alfonso Ribeiro says portraying Carlton Banks in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a sacrifice because he believes the role ultimately ended his acting career. The show follows Will Smith, who plays a fictionalized version of himself as he navigates living in Bel-Air with his wealthy aunt and uncle. Although Smith was the star of the show, Ribeiro frequently stole the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air spotlight as Carlton, a preppy conservative teen who proved to be the perfect foil to the wisecracking street-smart Smith, while Banks was his breakthrough role. Ribeiro now has mixed feelings about the character. And he's not one of the first people to really say, things like this. You have what's his name? Jaleel White, who played Steve Urkel, right? He also has kind of said certain similar, things of that nature, right? Like playing that role stopped him from getting other roles, because they only see you as Steve Urkel. They only see you as Carlton Banks. They only see you as Braxton. What was his name? What was his last name? Hildebrig. They only see you as that. You know what I'm saying? So his statement, Alfonso Ribeiro's statement was, playing Carlton on Fresh Prince became a sacrifice. I used to always say doing Carlton was the greatest and worst thing that ever happened to me. It was one of the greatest roles that I was fortunate enough to play, but it was also the role that stopped me from acting again because people couldn't see me as anything else. The sacrifice was not having an acting career anymore. Now, him saying that, I don't think he believes he still has a career, but an acting career. Because he did go on to play In the House with LL Cool J. And we've seen him, act in other things, but to have like a full-time acting career, it didn't happen, right? That did not happen. He hosts, he's, great host, does a lot of game shows, things of that nature, but an acting career, no. Nope. Let me step into these comments real quick. Let me see. He should have pivoted into independent films to remove the stain of Carlton. Yeah. But when you're that big, see that I think the thing is, Pam, when you try to do the independent film thing, then you get stuck over there with the independent film. Because what was it going to be like? The BT TV One, things of that nature, doing those. And that's not a bad gig. I mean, if you want to act, you act, right? But I think sometimes when you reach that pinnacle of being up high, that you want to do some other things. You know what I'm saying? So the film festivals. I thought he was good in Black Lightning. Was he in Black Lightning? Who we talk about? Oh, you talk about who you talking? Profess, tell me who you talk about, because I watched some of Black Lightning. I didn't watch it all, so maybe I missed him in there. Not pivot to gangster. That's too drastic. Playing a father, everyday guy. Why didn't he go back to theater? True. Don't get me wrong. Mainstream Hollywood loves a good shucking and jiving black man. Yeah, they do. They do. They do. So going back into the article, says what happened to him after Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Ribeiro's acting career largely tapered off after the show. Immediately after the series, he managed to secure a lead role in seasons 3 through 5 of the sitcom In Your House, like I said. However, the series was soon canceled and would prove to be one of the only leading roles he picked up in nearly 30 years since Fresh Prince. From 99 on, Ribeiro largely only made guest appearances on TV shows and starred in TV films and nabbed a few minor voice acting roles. However, Ribeiro found success in hosting. Like I say, great host. He hosts a lot and has hosted numerous competition and reality shows, including Catch 21 on Rap 2.0. Currently, he hosts America's Funniest Home Videos, America's Funniest Home Videos Pet Edition, and Dancing with the Stars. Ribeiro has proved to be an engaging, charismatic host who adds lots of laughter to his shows. Still, it seems hosting wasn't his first career he would have been chosen. He has opened up multiple times about how the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ended his acting career because it pigeonholed him as an actor based on Carlton. So yeah, I told you he hosts a lot. So I don't know if this is like a woe is me situation with him saying that. I'm not looking at it like that. You know, I just think you do get tight. Sometimes you do get typecast, but you have to do better. Like Pam said, with the way that you pick roles. If you want to do some stuff, sometimes you might have to just play in that independent, wheelhouse. That might be the way to go. Go independent. Go do some of these TV movies. Go do, you know what I'm saying? Stay there until they see you for something else. Carlton was 30 some years ago, and they still call, you know what I'm saying? You still being looked at as Carlton. That's not the best, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to navigate, change up how you want to be seen. And I think that's what hurts him. He never changed up for how he wanted to be viewed in Hollywood. He was always, as Pam says, the good shucking and jiving black man, and that's, if you continuously do that on your hosting gigs, every time somebody asks you to do the Carlton dance, you just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's going to keep you right there. That's going to keep you right there. Grace says Alfonso played that role up on variety shows outside of Fresh Prince too. He couldn't wait to do that dance. Right. And that's what I was just saying. He couldn't wait to do that dance. And that's what held him back. You can't keep bringing up. And I know that's probably how he was, probably making his money too. You know what I'm saying? Probably going to some of these conventions and things of that nature, doing all of that. But you can't do that dance. You can't just be dancing all the time. Fresh Prince didn't give his character enough layers. I think for a sitcom, that's what it was, right? You had, Will against Carlton. Will being the straight man, Carlton being the funny guy. And that's how a lot of sitcoms were, right? A lot of sitcoms had that quirky character that showed up, or the equivalent of a Carlton, the equivalent of a Jaleel, of a Steve Urkel, equivalent of a Braxton. You know what I'm saying? All of these, a Cole on Martin. Like, you get that. That's what, especially during those sitcom days. You go watch any sitcom, it's always going to be a guy like that. Always. And it's not about layers. It's just them bouncing off of each other. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you was talking about Braxton. Braxton. Okay, so he was in Black Lightning. Okay, he getting Alfonso mixed up with Wayne Brady. So y'all talk about I don't know. Christopher B. Duncan, yeah. Chris Duncan, yeah, Christopher B. Duncan. Okay. That's his name. Yeah, Christopher B. Duncan is his name. That's right. Waldo from Family Matters was a goof, but he still had layers. But he was a goof, but Waldo wasn't the main goof. If you get what I'm saying. Waldo wasn't the main goof. Jaleel White was, what's crazy is I think Waldo was supposed to be the main goof, but I think Jaleel White's Steve Urkel took over the show and it became such a phenomenon, but that he became the main goof. Because from what I understand, Jaleel White was only supposed to be on there for maybe one, you know what I'm saying? He was just supposed to show up every now and then. He was the neighbor, come through, go back. But then Family Matters became damn near the Steve Urkel show. People was like, I got to go home and watch Steve Urkel. They weren't saying I got to go home and watch Family Matters. I got to go home and watch Steve Urkel. He had some strong scenes with Don Cheadle, Will, and James Avery. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think Carlton, I think the role of Carlton had layers. I think they put as much into it as anybody else when it comes to layers. Remember, he did the you know, he had the gun scene, you know what I'm saying? The racial profile, and I thought those episodes was pretty dope when they went to jail. When he tried to join the frat, remember that? Him trying to, it's layers. But his whole thing was the Black experience with Carlton, right? Him, when any kind of, his layer involved the Black experience. And I think going back to Alfonso Ribeiro, I think he is Carlton. He wants, when he experiencing that Black experience, as you know what I'm saying, outside of Carlton, I don't think he knows how to react to it. Because there isn't a Will Smith, there isn't James Avery or somebody to guide him in the real world on the Black experience. Right? He has a white wife, and I'm not trying to, and I'm not saying that to take anything away from him, you know, but that if I think if he had the real world Black experience, I think he would know, I need to pivot, I need to change. You know what I'm saying? These are things that you learn when having the Black experience, how to navigate certain, you know what I'm saying, landmines and things of that nature. And I don't think he has, since he doesn't have that, which, well, I don't know if he has it or not. If he's not taking heed to the Black experience, this is what happens. You know, this is what happens. So even in this article, it says his name became almost synonymous with Carlton, which would be a problem if casting directors saw him as a fictional character instead of the capable actor he was. So when casting directors view you as Carlton, those are the roles that they're going to put you in. And probably to his dismay, he probably got mad about that. He didn't want to be looked at as Carlton every time. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm up for a role, it's a Carlton role. I'm pretty sure that got aggravated. Pretty sure that was aggravating. You know, but I'm not going to sit here and say Hollywood needs to give him a chance. I think he has to go, if he wants different roles, he has to go do the work. This kind of goes back to what Pam said. Go do some of these independent films. Don't do like Chris B. Duncan and go from Braxton to playing some hard gangster role. Transition lightly, tread, you know what I'm saying? Make a smooth transition. Let me play the brother, the lighthearted brother. Let me play the dad over here. You know what I'm saying? Get on a Nickelodeon show. Get on a Disney show. I think that'd be perfect for you know what I'm saying, who he is. Then he can kind of have a little Carlton in that, but then try to showcase some fatherly, I don't know, whatever he learned from James Avery and you know what I'm saying, being Uncle Phil. You know, maybe he can show up on this new iteration of because it seems like everybody else is showing up. I think maybe he should try to go over there. You know, do some guest appearances over there as somebody. Hell, matter of fact, if y'all watched the last season of Bel-Air, he could have been that coach. He could have been Will's coach. You know, stuff like that. But it is what it is. I think the black experience is what's really holding him back. It's not teaching him how to navigate through the world, Hollywood, things of that nature. But let's see what else they say. Yes, no shade. Look at his real life family makeup. Yeah. Yep. After the gun scene, they should have spent an episode of him getting therapy. Yeah, but remember, you know, back then, therapy wasn't big back. You know how it is now. Therapy, everything is therapy now. You know, you get a damn speeding ticket and you can go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? They want you to go to therapy for everything now. Back then, in the 90s, it was, you know, we weren't, especially black people, we weren't going to no therapy back then. So a roll in the shot, something to show this slice of light, but also has some edge and drama to it. Right, just to highlight some of the things that he can do. I agree with that. The shy, some, you know, some of these, like I said, the black experience. He needs to get on some of these black shows. I like the Nickelodeon. I like the Disney avenue as well. But some of these black shows, him showing up on, like you said, The Shy or Bel-Air, some of the shit. Chris B. Duncan showed up on BMF. Why he can't show up on like Power or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Just, but not as a thug, but like playing a cop or something, a detective. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And he don't have to be like a hard-nosed detective. He could just be like a you know, just a detective trying to solve the case. I don't know if Greenleaf is still on. I do not know, but Greenleaf would have been perfect. Yep, a lawyer would be. Come on, Gray, you right there with me. You see why I'm going with it. You see why I'm going with it. Like, these are things that he can do. But he has to be adamant. And I think that's another thing too. He has to be adamant, and during these castings, he has to show that he has the range to pull that off. He got to show he got the range to pull that off. If he's not showing that he has the range to pull that off, then all the casting directors, everybody gonna be looking at him like, all he can be is Carlton. All he can be is Carlton. But y'all let me know. Do y'all think he's been blackballed? I mean, to me, he still has a career in Hollywood. He does a lot of hosting gigs. And maybe that's just his lane. Maybe his lane is hosting. Carlton was a good jump off, you know what I'm saying? Starting point. He jumped off from that, and now hosting is his bag. Oh, a teacher on Abbott Elementary. Yeah, I like that. I really like that a lot. Alfonso Ribeiro, if you listening, if you watching Abbott Elementary, bro, go talk to them over there, cuz. Go talk to them. See what you can do. See what you can do. But yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments below what y'all think of Alfonso Ribeiro and his acting career being ended.